The three laws of motion created by Newton apply universally and act as the basis of physics. In order to better understand the application of these laws, which can sometimes appear simple, we are given the task of creating a mousetrap car. The car will be powered by the kinetic energy stored in the spring of the mousetrap and made of wooden side rails, brass axles, a brass lever arm, DVD wheels, rubber spacers, washers, a mousetrap, one zip-tie axle hook, and string. To track the trials and tribulations of our car, we created a website to act as our scientific journal. Along with our materials, we were given instructions to build the first prototype of our mousetrap car. The following video discusses how our car relates to and demonstrates Newton's three laws of motion. Our website can be found at jblbmousetrapcars.weebly.com.
Newton's first law of motion states that an object at rest tends to stay at rest, and an object in motion tends to stay in motion unless acted upon by an outside force.
As our mousetrap car went down the hallway, it did not stop until it either hit the wall or the friction overcame the force of the car and it stopped moving. The same principle applies when our car went down the driveway and only stopped when the box, which acted as the outside force, brought it to rest.
Newton's second law of motion states that the acceleration of an object as produced by a net force is directly proportional to the magnitude of the net force, in the same direction as the net force and inversely proportional to the mass of the object.
This law can be represented by the equation F equals ma, or force equals mass times acceleration. When more mass is added to our car, the force increases. Using the same equation but solving for a, you can find acceleration. The same example is again applicable. Adding more mass to our car decreases the acceleration. Finally, if you solve for m and have both force and acceleration, you can find the mass of the object without using a balance.
Newton's third law of motion states, for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. The statement means that in every interaction there is a pair of forces acting on the two interacting objects. The size of the forces on the first object equals the size of the force on the second object.
Even though forces act equal and opposite, motion can still occur. The weight of our car and the support or normal force is one application of this law. When our car drives forward, the wheels grip the ground and spin, pushing the ground away. As a result, the ground pushes the car forward. As you push the lever arm, which is attached to the spring, backwards, the spring pushes back on your fingers with the same force. When the lever arm is released, the stored potential energy becomes kinetic energy and powers the mousetrap car. Think of force in its most basic definition, a push or a pull. Newton recognized that force is actually an interaction between two objects. For example, if you push on the wall will push back.
Overall, our mousetrap car was able to demonstrate and further our understanding of Newton's three laws of motion. After connecting Newton's first law with our mousetrap car, we realized, in order to have our car continue moving in a straight line, all the outside forces needed to be eliminated. By eliminating the outside forces, the car overall moved faster. Newton's second law had the most impact on our car. The concept that in order to get a greater acceleration, you need to have either a lower mass or a greater net force. Our car was lightweight because it was made of two wooden side rails. If we added too much mass, it would substantially decrease the acceleration of our car. That is why Jill and I decided not to use CDs as wheels. Although the CDs had more surface area, we figured that lighter wheels would be more beneficial to us. Newton's third law also had an effect on our car. We soon realized that the force that the lever applied was the same as the force applied by the axle to the wheels. During the transfer of energy, some was initially lost to friction. But when we adjusted it, the transfer of energy was much more efficient. Our car is one of the many applications of Newton's laws of motion. The three laws apply to all objects in the universe, and it's beneficial to understand them.
In the end, we were able to create a fully functional mousetrap-powered car that traveled 82 feet with a deviation of 0. We also had the second fastest time in our class. Our further understanding of Newton's laws helped us to accomplish this.
The sources we used to assist us in this project were our Conceptual Integrated Science textbook, physicsclassroom.com, www.khanacademy.com/NewtonsLaws, www.livescience.com.